Hey, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. We did. It was busy, and I don't even like to use busy because busy anymore is kind of a four-letter word. It was very active. Like we had just a lot of moving parts going on. We ended up dividing and conquering a little bit, and then for any of you that have diesel trucks, our truck gelled up, so we got to get that figured out. So been kind of a up and down weekend for us, but I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. I told you last week that we are going to talk a little bit about some mortgage and financing this week and about some short sales and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to dive right in that because I don't want these to be too long. But hey, guys, before I get too far in, just remember you can win stuff. All right. You can win a free one-on-one with me. I'll be giving that away the 15th of February. Okay. So go ahead and click like and comment on the video that you're watching, and I will get you entered in for the drawing. Okay. All right. Let's jump into it. The title today is Mortgage Scam of 2008, First Steps to Recovery. Okay. Yes. Was I part of the mortgage scam in 2008? Was I a part of all of that? Yes. And probably more so towards the end of it when things really started coming out. The people that got involved of it right in the first in 2008, mine didn't actually happen until 2011, and things were starting to be super exposed by then. So I was very fortunate that way. But I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit about how this kind of worked out. Okay. So long story short, Bank of America bought my loan from Countrywide. Okay. Countrywide did not transfer over all of the money that we had paid Countrywide for our mortgage payment. We had gotten, another long story short, it was kind of a domino effect. We had gotten a little behind Countrywide said we were a little behind on our mortgage, but we weren't. We had paid the first mortgage company to the very first person that we got the mortgage from. We paid them the first month's mortgage, and they never transferred it over to Countrywide. Okay. Got that figured out. Countrywide never transferred the money over to Bank of America. Okay. So Bank of America said that we were late. Okay. Because they never received the money that we paid to get ourselves caught up. Okay. So long story short, what happened is we ended up finding the place that we live in now. We ended up finding this place to purchase. And by the grace of God, we were able to purchase on contracts, the norm anymore, but it was just something that we were able to do. So at that point, we decided to sell the house that we were currently living in at that point. Okay. Well, Bank of America, then at that point, this was part of their scam, guys. This was part of the scam. They forced us into what they called a short sale because we were not living in the home. Okay. So they forced us into a short sale. Now, me not knowing that they could not do that, I didn't know. Okay. And neither did the realtor gal that I was using at the time, because she was also having the same issue with the Bank of America. Okay. So she was being great and gracious about helping us through all of this. Okay. However, they forced us into a short sale. Then on the offers, it was a house that sold very quickly. Okay. They made the first offers fall through because they wouldn't get us the paperwork. They wouldn't give us the final payoff on it. And they said that we didn't turn in this paperwork and that paperwork. Now I'm talking, we had to stack them. We had to send them a stack. And I am not kidding. It was this long of paperwork each and every time we had an offer that we accepted. Okay. Because of their short sale process. Okay. So we had to fax us in. There was no scanning and emailing it. We had to fax it in. Okay. And they kept sending it back saying that we didn't have all of this stuff done. Okay. So we lost the first sale. Same scenario, same time, the second sale. The third sale, they came through and they said the same thing. However, there was an article in the Gazette paper on a write-up of what they were doing. So what they were doing at that point is they were forcing people into foreclosure. Okay, so they'd already forced me into short sale, but they were trying to force me into foreclosure as well. This was their racket, okay, because they got paid money to force us to go into foreclosure, okay, and this is what they were trying to do, all right. So they were trying to force us into foreclosure because they gave their employees $600 debit card, gift cards and that kind of stuff. Plus they got all this grant money from the government and all of that. Okay. Well, I read this article. Meanwhile, called them, told them what they needed to do, that we needed to close on this house for this third sale by X date. And if they didn't, then I was going to file a lawsuit with the attorney general, which I did. I ended up filing the lawsuit. We ended up getting some settlement money from that. But then shortly after all of that, we closed on the house. But then shortly after all of that, when we closed on the house, then that's when everything came out about Bank of America and about what was going on and everything. Okay. So that brings me to what kind of what I want to talk about today. And then there's the first steps to recovery from any of this. Okay. And why does this apply now? Okay. It applies now because, and I'm just going to call it out. I'm going to call it out. It applies now because there are people in this country that are looking down the barrel of maybe a potential short sale because they cannot make ends meet. All right. That is why that this is so relevant now. Okay. Because what I learned through that process makes me feel where I about the sense that I am at with it today. Okay. And also with my knowledge as a real estate agent, I realized that I had a lot more control than what they were telling me that I did, which is the scam in itself, because they want you to believe that they hold all the cards. Like they're just going to rip your house right out from underneath you if you can't make that payment. The process is long, that kind of thing, guys. If you were ever to get into a foreclosure or into a short sale situation, okay, don't panic. You know what? Don't panic. Just, you have a while. You have a minute before you have to be out of your house. You're not going to be homeless tomorrow. Okay. But what I figured out is in the first step of recovery for this, okay, from this. And even if you're looking that you're going to move in, having to move in this direction now, okay, this is why I'm making this video, okay, is because I don't want anybody to feel what I did. There's a lot of shame that gets brought around the whole term short sale. It means you can't keep your house. It means you can't do, that you failed. In essence, that's what it means, is that you failed. You failed because you can't keep your house, okay? So realize you did nothing wrong, okay? There's a lot of people in this situation are starting to maybe look down the barrel of this situation, or maybe it's in the near future. They're trying to find, jobs right now. They're not happy. It's not happening. The relief money is starting to dry up. So here's the thing is people are starting to look down the barrel of this, and this is starting to make people panicky. Okay. So A, don't panic. And B, realize you did nothing wrong. Okay. If you left your job because of a situation, or if you got let go from your job because of a situation, not your fault. Okay. Not your fault. And it's not your fault that the inflation has risen so much. Okay. People were not anticipating this kind of thing. All right. Or sometimes your job reorganizes and you lose your job because it reorganized and your position is no longer there. Okay. So these are scenarios where people are going to start needing to look, where they're looking at maybe facing these in the future. But to realize you did nothing wrong. Okay. You did nothing wrong. This is just the situation that you are in right now. Allow the fear of losing your house to not get you. Okay. If that's where you're feeling like you're going to go, get on the phone, talk to them, figure out what they can do. In essence, they really don't want your house. They really don't. Okay. They would prefer to work with you than have you lose your house. So get ahead of it. Get ahead of it. If you're looking down that, get ahead of it. Okay. And realize if that's the road that it's going to take, There is no shame in any of that. I was scammed. I was scammed. I was ashamed. I was like, how do I do that? How did I get myself here? How did I get here? What did I do wrong? I did nothing wrong. It was the scam that they were putting forth on them. And there is a ton of scams going around right now, guys. In fact, I heard something on the radio today about it, about how um, people are now more than ever getting like LifeLock and those kind of things, because the scamming rate has gone so high. Okay. The scamming rate has gone super high. People are doing way more online shopping. People are doing a lot more stuff online. So the scamming rate has really gone up. This is where we're finding our social need, is in the online. Okay. And that's why it has gone up. One of the reasons they said. Okay. So just realize if that has happened, and forgive yourself. If you were part of that of 2008, don't let it jade your theory on owning a home. It is a great thing to own a home. Okay, guys. But just, you need to forgive yourself. All right. All right, guys, I've gone a little over time today. I'm going to go ahead and drop off. But anyway, before I do, guys, pop over to my Facebook page, my private Facebook group. Hop over there. The link is in the description. Okay, whatever video you're looking at, the link is in the description. Get on over there. We're going to talk more about this. And then I also have a financing course coming up that'll be free. So pop over there. I will see you guys all tomorrow.